Ah, you're finally awake! Sorry to have accosted you like that, but, I'm out of skooma. Can we make more?
Cheese for everyone!
Skooma, as it's so colloquially referred to as on the continent of Tamriel, is one of the most illegal
And delicious.
drinks among the impoverished and privileged alike.
But despite its illegal nature, that's not going to stop us from making,
And learning about,
right here,
right now,
at the Noodle Bar!
that was horrible. So this recipe comes to us directly from the Elder Scrolls official cookbook by Bethesda, not sponsored, by the way.
You mean this?
Yeah, that's the exact book. Where'd you... Alright.
Because you'd like to sneak.
Apparently, yeah. And needless to say, this isn't necessarily how skooma is prepared or consumed. And
Wait, it's not?
Well, we're not going to put it in a pipe and smoke it.
Aw.
Despite that old 90s phrase, yeah, put this in your pipe and smoke it.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, we use that one a lot. But like the enterprising tavern owners of Skyrim, particularly as described in the book, we're going to be mixing up the ingredients in a much simpler fashion using a few very basic ingredients that you can also use right at home and leaving it to steep for a certain period of time. This really is a quick recipe. There's not a whole lot to it. So what you're going to need is 1 cup, or roughly 200 grams of sugar,
3/4 of a cup, or 177 milliliters of water,
a pinch of cardamom, and a dash of vanilla extract to taste. When we say a pinch, if you have like a hefty finger, just use what you think feels like a pinch. And a dash, well, this is about right.
10 dried apricots cut into smaller bits.
And 2 cups, or around half a liter of white liquor. Now, the recipe itself calls for vodka, but we thought because it's distilled from moon sugar, that...
Yeah. Moon sugar?
You calm down. No. That maybe we could use different kinds of liquors that are, in fact, distilled from other sweetened substances, like tequila, which is made from agave nectar, or rum, which is distilled from cane sugar.
Moon sugar.
Now, I wouldn't suggest utilizing different other kind of liquors that have various flavonoids, such as gin, because this requires a little bit of agitation, and you don't want to mess up the botanicals within said liquor. Now, to prepare the skooma, all you have to do is bring the water to a boil, cut the heat, and slowly incorporate your sugar until it is well dissolved.
Sugar. Yeah.
This will make the simple syrup that entices the khajiiti palate. Yes, this one right here.
Moon sugar.
We're also using a natural unbleached sugar, so our syrup took on a sort of golden hue, and it's going to look a little bit darker than it does in the actual picture. Then simply add all of your ingredients to a clean glass container, preferably a sterilized one, because it's going to need to sit for a little while, and you don't want all those little funky bits to sit here and infect your nice, wonderful product that could have serious effects at the very end.
Make sure it's free of all cat hair.
All cat hair. Pet dander in general. And then simply store in a nice dark place, cool dark place, for about 2 to 3 weeks or a month for maximum flavor. Agitating on occasion, just shaking here and there. I probably did it maybe once or twice a day. And that seemed to work pretty well just fine. Afterwards, you're going to strain out all of your ingredients into another nice glass container. Now, the amount of cardamom and vanilla really is more to taste, so you can add more, you can add less, depending on how you want to play with the flavors a little bit. It's really it's really up to you. Also, make sure to label your containers at the very end, so that way you know when you actually made them.
Now, with that having the set for whatever length of time you choose, it's a great time to sit down with a nice sweet roll or indulge in some fine cheeses like the mad god himself, as we take a moment to learn a bit about the lore of skooma in the Elder Scrolls.
Skooma? Oh, yeah.
Now, skooma is made from moon sugar, a spice produced by the khajiiti of elsewhere. Originally, moon sugar production, which involves processing a form of cane grass, was native to the Tinmar forests of southern elsewhere, but has since found its way into other regions including northern elsewhere and parts of southern and western Tamriel, on various plantations in the area. To the Khajiit, moon sugar has very little effect given how often they use it, which is a lot. Khajiit cuisine is highly sweet, leaving others to fashion nicknames that reflects this aspect, and as long as they don't consume a ton of it, they remain free of its more narcotic influences. In Man and Myrrh, on the other hand, it has more elevated effects, which is said to leave its users in a state of being akin to feeling happy and stupid, which of course can eventually become quite addictive.
Skooma! Skooma!
However, this stuff is celebrated among the Khajiiti culture, making its way into songs like Sweet Moon Sugar Cane.
Fields drenched in moonlight, dewed with summer rain, brilliant green and growing tall, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane.
And even being a substance used in rituals controlled by the moon priests of Khajiiti temples, which is presented in a stronger form as skooma. Its use in temple rituals allows the users to achieve a euphoric state of enlightenment, gifting the user with visions of many possible varieties. In one such case, the god of madness himself, Sheogorath, presented himself in a form known to the Khajiit as the Skooma Cat and drove the entire temple insane, as he is often wont to do in other portions of Tamriel where his influence holds sway.
Doomed. We're all doomed.
Sheogorath's history, or Shegorath to the Khajiit, has a variety of other nuances that go far deeper than just this one particular instance, but we'll discuss that more in other videos regarding Khajiiti cuisine.
It was me the whole time! Are you surprised? I was surprised.
As skooma became more known throughout Tamriel, beyond the Khajiiti usage in their temple rites, its potent effects gave it an infamy that would eventually result in it becoming an outlawed substance. The underground skooma trade would become a worldwide problem, leading to the deaths of many who smuggled it, and those who were foolish enough to imbibe the sweet elixir.
That was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was freed. I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for skooma. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand.
There's a great video on the depth of the skooma trade during the Oblivion Crisis by Dark Lord Dash. Be sure to give that a look. Link in the description below.
Skooma? Oh yeah!
Even its production would take a more addictive and lethal turn as the Dunmer of Morrowind took it upon themselves to begin adding extract of nightshade and even intentionally creating tainted skooma in order to kill some of its users. Varieties of skooma would also be produced in this manner, as various substances added to the concoction would have different effects, including redwater skooma, used by the vampires of the Redwater Den to poison potential unwilling blood donors by adding the blood from the blood spring of Lengar's Feast to the mix, or Balmora Blue, which honestly just kind of sounds like a Breaking Bad reference.
What is this? It's blue.
It's also noted that some of the ingredients used to make more modern forms of skooma are quite flammable, like the spirits we use to create our skooma today, and in various forms. And here we are, after a month of waiting, skooma. Let's give it a taste. We actually made a lot of skooma. Yes. So yeah, you wanted to make a little bit of skooma, or just enough to fill your bottle, but ended up making quite a bit of the stuff. So the fact that it actually made so much, we still had some left over in these mason jars, so without popping these bottles, which is what the liquid got strained into, we're just going to go ahead and sample off of this one. So let me give you a little bit here.
Ooh.
All right, get myself some here. All right, and let's give this a shot. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, sweet moon sugar cane. Ah.
Okay, that was the vodka skooma. And yeah, wow. I can taste almost no alcohol in that. That is extremely dangerous. Okay.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, I could actually take. You could easily just take this entire bottle and just turn. Yeah, you're done. No. No. Bad kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right. So from our Dremora skull, we're gonna take, and this is actually the rum. All right. There you go. Then a little bit for me. All right. Next sir. Cheers.
Oh boy. Woo.
Yeah, even after filtering the rum like that, I can still taste a hefty bit of the rum itself.
Yep.
So it's a lot more intense than the vodka here, which is not bad. That's actually really tasty still. All right.
It has a bit more bite to it.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. All right, so last but not least, the tequila.
Thank you.
Yep. And we're just doing little tiny shots because, geez, this is crazy stuff. There you go. Oh, that comes in really clean.
Yeah.
That's almost buttery.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's really good. So, of all three of these, I'd have to say probably the rum's my favorite. But I'm a rum drinker myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like the vodka.
You like the vodka?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll probably send that home with you then. No, not right yet. We're going to finish the video out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed that. Of course, make sure to check out the Elder Scrolls official cookbook. And, yeah, make this yourself. Just be sure to be very careful. This is, of course, alcohol. And any amount of, drinking should always be done responsibly. So thank you guys so much. I hope you look forward to more videos. Next time, maybe we'll make some other stuff. Maybe some bread. Bread's easy to make. And so anyway, I was Tails, and this... But that stupid khajiiti! Having to chase you down all the time and really work up a thirst around here, you know what I mean? It's just Powerade. That's all that is. Fizzy Skooma bottle. Link in the description below. Bye.